Finally, One UI 8.5 stable for our beloved Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now, don't expect any groundbreaking new things, but do expect a lot of under the hood changes and some refinements that I do believe you're gonna like. So this is the new update screen. When I click on the software information, we can see it's Android 16. The version is CZDB with a security patch level from the 1st of April. Now, one of the new things in One UI 8.5 compared to the previous One UI 8 is the new highly customizable quick panel. Now I know this looks similar, but the moment you start to edit it, you're gonna see how much more powerful this thing is. So now we have big tiles here, big toggles. Also, we have the bars that you can shrink. This is the bar for the volume rocker and the one for the brightness. And now, yeah, you can also do something like that. You can group them horizontally or vertically, which is pretty cool. And then again, you can just take your quick toggles and put them here, and I think this is really a cool change. This is by far one of the best, or why not even the best, quick panels in Android phone. And you know, my opinion about One UI in general is probably the best mobile operating system out there because of how highly you can customize it with just using stock tools. No need to root your phone or use any third-party apps. And I'm going to give you an example. So you know about Good Lock, right? Good Lock is very powerful, and there are tons of modules that you can use to improve your experience. Well, let me show you something. I can go inside Quick Start, and if I enable this from the panel theme, I can quickly change the way my whole quick panel is gonna look like, and everything is dynamic, everything happens so quick, and it changes also on the notification, not only on the quick panel. So this is indeed very powerful, but you can even take this to the next level. If you're not happy with the existing themes, you can click here and you can use Theme Park to even add more customization, and just these details alone is what really makes One UI so great. Again, it's highly customizable. You can do everything stock. You don't need additional third-party apps. Everything is Samsung, and yeah, Good Luck, check it out. That's absolutely bonkers. What you can do from here, I don't think that there is anyone that is even close to the level of customization that you can do from here. By the way, if you don't like this customization and you just want to revert back, you can always go to Themes, My Stuff, and you can apply like the standard Samsung theme. You can fine-tune all these nitty-gritty details. And if this thing still stays on, you just go inside the Quick Start and unselect it, and you're gonna be back to the stock quick settings. By the way, if you mess something, don't worry, you can click here and then go on panel settings and then just click the reset quick panel layout, and then you're gonna get back to stock. Now, speaking about customizations, I want to show you something on the lock screen which is pretty cool. So this is now my lock screen. I'm gonna hold it to enter the edit mode. Now I'm gonna select a picture from the wallpapers. Now I'm gonna select my photo for the wallpaper and see what happens. The system will automatically analyze the photo and it's gonna pull it down to perfectly align the clock either on my right side or on my head, or depending really how or where you want this thing to be. And this works on people, this works on pets. So yeah, it's dynamic. And again, this is not really something groundbreaking, but I think it's very simple, very intuitive, and in terms of optimization, I think Samsung are nailing it. Also, if you scroll down here, there's going to be something called weather, which is going to fetch the weather information and just put snow or rain or whatever you have. And I think this is pretty cool. So this will then apply on your home screen and you're gonna get the weather information there. I'm gonna give you another example here, just loading another of my photos. So then the system immediately is gonna pull down, me, and it's gonna put this clock on top of my head. And by the way, yeah, you can still adjust your wallpaper and then the clock is gonna move around. And you can of course also go and change all the sizes here and the different designs. So it's really very intuitive and very nice. The next thing I want to show is the weather app, and this is how you open it from the widget. A very nice and beautiful animation, and a lot of this is still the similar as in One UI 8.0, but the moment you scroll down, you're gonna get poll information. And for someone like me that have allergies, this is really a good addition. So now I can check tree, grass and ragweed, and I can see high, moderate, or none. What is the level of the pollen? And yeah, in April and May, I usually struggle with this. Now let me show you something else that I think is quite unique. When you open the clock, and also some of the other Samsung stock apps, you're gonna get like this new design here, right? That perfectly aligns also with the now bar that we get. I'm gonna show you also some examples, but this is not all the changes. Now they redesigned the whole clock, and we had a chance to test the One UI 8.5 clock for quite some time, but what I wanted to show is this thing here. If you set up an alarm and you go and edit your alarm, right, you can scroll down and there's going to be something called the alarm background. You can click this and then you can choose your own custom background. All right, so if I go to background, I can choose any of the images that are presented here, or there's going to be this weather background, which is pretty cool again because you can wake up and quickly see what the weather is around you. And I think again a very nice and small addition. And I told you, nothing really groundbreaking, but the under the hood changes, and some of these actually quite visible, are really a lot in this build. There are a lot of new things. And speaking about things, let me show you something that is really cool. So if I go inside connection to just look up the quick share option, now inside for the first time in Samsung, I have the option to share with Apple devices. And this is pretty unique because this allows you to send photos directly to iPhones. And that's pretty amazing because right now you can just do something like this. I'm gonna hit here the share, I'm gonna hit quick share. And the moment my iPhone appears like this, I just hit it. And here it is, guys, AirDrop. You know, S25 Ultra wants to send you something. And now I'm gonna make sure if that's the same photo. Yes, it is still the same photo. Pretty amazing. So you see what Samsung are doing. They're trying to make things easier for us. All right, so more new things. What happens when I press the side button? Well, I'm going to get the Gemini. And the only reason for me to use Gemini is just the fact that it was better than Bixby. And the only idea for me to use Gemini was the fact that it was just so much better than Bixby. Bixby got a huge update with this version, and it does now support conversations. So I'm just going to show you like what is the latest Zelda game, all right? And you can see, ignore my mistakes, okay? So Bixby also supports integration with Perplexity. It's gonna search the web and it's gonna suggest some answers to you, and it's gonna prompt you to respond having like a natural conversation, which wasn't the case before. And here from the sources we see that this comes from Perplexity. And then again, you can just go on and have a proper conversation with Bixby. Samsung are clearly aiming Bixby at ChatGPT and Gemini, giving you know like features that we had before. Also, by the way, your conversations, they are going to be stored here. I think this is pretty cool. And yes, of course, you can do the usual stuff like set up the volume to 20%. So you can see it's really powerful and integrated within the system UI itself. Now let me go back to the clock application and show something else that is cool. So I have the time in London and the time in Sofia, but I do have also this time zone converter. So let's say I want to do a meeting 2 hours from now, let's say it's going to be like 5:45 my time. I don't have to just find out what is the time in London or anything else, and I can just show you some examples. So I'm just going to add something. Okay, let's go for that. And you can see right now every time I change the time in my local time, right, I'm going to see the changes also for the other areas. So again, a small thing, but I do believe quality of life improvement, and those are things that we can really use. Very helpful. So now let's go back to the settings. I'm gonna head over to the device care. Now the device care menu looks like this. We have this interface, a bit of a shadow like that, a big box. I guess some of this is gonna still be aligned further with One UI 9. By the way, One UI 9 beta for S26 just launched today. But why am I showing this to you? Well, there is a reason. When I click here on the hamburger menu and go inside the settings, there's going to be something called block apps with extensive ads. And honestly, this is something cool. You can turn on the intelligent blocking, and the alerts that apps are sending are going to be analyzed on your phone, and the phone is going to know, hey, if that's an ad, I will have to block it, right? Which is pretty cool. And not only this, but you are also getting a report. When you click here, you're going to be able to follow up all of the excessive alerts. And it doesn't really stop here. Let me take you to security and privacy. Now, you know about the auto blocker, right? If you turn auto blocker, you're going to block apparently a bunch of things. Commands by USB cable, you know, malware images in messages files, non-official software updates, and a lot of this. And we had that before, like you can turn this on and off. You know how it goes from time to time. You just want to like sideload and install this manual APK that you downloaded. Well, you don't have to just turn off completely the auto blocker, because there's gonna be now the turn all automatically function. So even if you turn it off, do your business, sideload your apps, it's going to automatically turn on auto blocker 30 minutes after you turn it on. And then of course we have the maximum protections. Now, like, this is really for the people that want the highest security. All right, what else is new? Let me show you. I'm gonna open the Samsung My File apps, and besides the fact that again they redesigned it a bit, now we have this kind of like a card with the shadows, there is something that is very, very useful, a setting called storage share, right? And right now you see this is my S25 Ultra. I'm shooting this video with my S26 Ultra running on the first official One UI 9 beta, right? The first beta. When I click here, right, I'm gonna get a pop-up on my S26 Ultra, and I can connect to the storage of my S26 Ultra and access it here on my S25 Ultra. And yes, this is what I did, like this right now is actually everything that I have on my S26 Ultra. How cool is this? Cross-device file browsing with a simple storage share. Alright, what next? So let's say I'm doing a short tutorial, right? I can go here and I can record my screen, and I was able to do this before, but right now even with more advanced options, because I can do partial screen recording. How does it work? Well, like this, you start it and then you just select which area to record. How cool is this? So maybe I don't want to show the screen here, maybe I just want to record this exact section of my screen, and like I can still browse everything, and this is gonna work just like that. As you can see, I think it's a pretty meaningful update if you just do things like this on your phone. But there are more things to cover. Let me quickly open my settings and go straight into Galaxy AI. Now, there is a feature that we had on the S26 Ultra. It's called Audio Eraser, and it's a very handheld feature. Let me demonstrate. I'm just gonna play something for you, all right? You can see it's a very crowded video from YouTube. The moment I start playing this, I'm going to get this new audio eraser toggle. So now it's not working. Boom. The moment I switch it on, guys, you can see it will try to isolate the noise and even focus on the voice, if there is a voice. And let me tell you, this feature gets even better with One UI 9.0, because it supports multiple apps like Spotify and Netflix, Instagram. Right now in One UI 8.5, this is what we get, but just a heads up for you, it's gonna get even better. Alright, let's go back to the gallery. You can see again the same new menu here, right? It looks pretty neat, I guess. So I'm gonna open this photo of me and I'm gonna click the Galaxy AI to edit it. And we had that before, but right now with One UI 8.5, it's brought to the next level. So I'm just going to say here, put a head on, alright? I'm gonna click generate, and if everything works correctly, I'm going to end up with having a head on my head, right? And not only this, but I can keep working with this, right? Let's see, now I get a fancy head, right? Now I can just click keep editing, and I can just try something else, like put sunglasses. All right, let's try to see if this is gonna work. And again, so now you can prompt your Galaxy AI with your own language to change your photos. Let me just open here on my app drawer, and by the way, you can see again here we have this redesigned small search bar, which I think is pretty neat. Let me start typing creative, because we have something called a creative studio, and from here you can create your stickers, invitations for events like greeting cards and profile cards, and even wallpapers. So let's just go and try to create an invitation. Okay, I'm gonna click here and I can try to load up my photo. Now from here I can describe what I want, and I can also click here and trying to change it. Let's see, I'm gonna try to do something without any description just to see what the Galaxy AI is gonna do. But then again, you can use AI now to create your own invitation and spice up your photos. Oh my god, what the heck is this? Yeah, well, I pretty much like it. This is indeed my Galaxy S9. It's imported from Japan with Snapdragon, and indeed it's broken like this. And now I can use the prompt to further improve something, or probably just create something else, because you can see this is really something powerful, and you can use it for free. Let me open a dialer. You see red dot, this is always a good indication. This means new setting. So I'm gonna click inside the settings, and we have now finally call screening. And the way this thing works is like, if someone calls you, you can decide to pick up or not to pick up. And if you don't want to pick up, right, you can just get the AI to do this for you. And then you're gonna see, are they trying to sell you, some scam things, or maybe that's like a legitimate call. So again, call screening, and you can also use auto screen calls, which is not a good idea, all right, but the option is there, and it supports some languages, sadly not all of them, but I guess still a good start and still a new feature. So in a nutshell, One UI 8.5 turns out to be a very good update, and I have a feeling that One UI 9.0 is just gonna take all of this and bring it to the next level. Again, more of the same, but even more customizations, even more options, and it's gonna get eventually even more powerful. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and if you want to check what happens with One UI 9, then you might want to check some of my previous videos. I already compared the One UI 9 with the One UI 8.5 on the S26 Ultra and the S25 Ultra. So thanks so much for watching, stay safe, VST over, and bye.